I invite you to sit comfortably, and at the gong, I invite you to close your eyes and rest your hands in a very easy, effortless way. And start feeling your breath without making any changes, just following the natural rhythm of your breath. And notice where you most easily detect that breath. You might feel it as it flows in and out of your nose. You might feel the touch of the breath around your nostrils or on your upper lip. Or perhaps you feel the movement of your chest or the rising and falling of your belly. I invite you to bring your attention to the sensations of breathing in one of these areas, and perhaps wherever you feel them most distinctly. And of course, there is no need to control your breath in any way. There is no right way of breathing. With a relaxed awareness, discover what the breath is really like as a changing experience of sensations. You will find that the mind naturally drifts off in thoughts. Thoughts are not the enemy, and you don't need to clear your mind of thoughts. Rather, you are developing the capacity to recognize when thoughts are happening without getting lost in the storyline. When you become aware of thinking, you might use a soft and friendly mental note saying, "Oh, thinking, thinking." And then, without any judgment, gently return to the immediacy of the breath. The breath is your anchor, so let it be your home base, a place of full presence. And while you might notice other experiences, like the sound of passing cars, the sound of the air conditioning, feelings of being warm or cold, sensations of hunger. You may be experiencing all those sensations and even more, but realize that they can be in the background without drawing you away. If any particular sensation become very strong and call your attention, allow those sensations, instead of the breath, to become the primary subject of mindfulness. You might feel heat or chills, or you might feel tingling, aching, twisting, stabbing, vibrations. You might feel pain, a discomfort, and that is all fine. With a soft and open awareness, just feel the sensations as they are. Are they pleasant or unpleasant? As you fully attend to them, do they become more intense or do they dissipate? Observe them and notice how they change. They can be there and you can be observing them, becoming a witness, curious about the experience, accepting the experience without any resistance. And when the sensations are no longer a very strong experience, return to your breathing. Or if the sensations are so unpleasant that you are unable to regard them with any balance or calmness or equanimity, feel free to rest your attention again in the breath. In a similar way, you can bring mindfulness to strong emotions like fear, sadness, anger, happiness, excitement, grief, and meet each experience with a kind of clear presence and a kind attitude, neither clinging to the sensation or to the emotion, not resisting what is happening. What does this emotion feel like as sensations in your body? Where do you feel it most strongly? Is it static or is it moving? How big is it? Are your thoughts agitated and vivid? Are they repetitive and dull? Does your mind feel contracted or open? As you pay attention, notice how the emotion changes. Emotions are not static, and most of the time, emotions are fed by your thoughts. Does your emotion become more intense or weakened? Does it change into a different state? Like, does, anger change into grief? Because you might realize that the anger you're feeling is actually a mask or masking your sadness, a wound. If you're experiencing happiness, that emotion can change into peace sometimes. When the emotion is no longer compelling, see if you can turn your attention back to the breathing. If the emotion feels overwhelming for you, if you're confused about where to place your attention, come home to your anchor, to your breath, and allow that coming home to your breath relax you. The particular sensations or emotions or thoughts that might arise when we practice mindfulness are not that important. What is important is our willingness to become still and pay attention to our experience, whatever it may be. And that is what plants the seeds of genuine freedom, genuine inner freedom. And with time, if we practice this consistently, we develop the capacity to relate to our passing experience, either in meditation or in daily life, with deep clarity and kindness. So in a moment in which we feel we are triggered in a relationship with somebody, in any experience, we can first turn to our anchor, our breath, feeling the breath, allowing that pause to bring awareness to the fact that we can observe that we are being triggered without actually reacting to the trigger. We can observe it and come back to the breath. And it's not that we are rejecting or resisting the experience, we are just observing how our body is processing that trigger. And with time, we'll be able to do that almost instantaneously. Without being triggered. And now, very gently, and at the gong, I invite you to first notice the sensations in your body, knowing that every sensation is impermanent, that it will change. And at the gong, open your eyes. Thank you so much for meditating with me